The Silent Audience by Foggy Glass Eye. When the loud, bright red pickup truck turned into the cul-de-sac in the middle of the night, some of the parents were woken by the roar of the engine as the truck crept to the house at the end of the street. Bedroom curtains were pulled open in tired curiosity. By the time the large man in a blue jumpsuit came stomping out of the truck, crossing the street with a tire iron in hand, and kicking the door to Mr. Thornton's house down with one well-placed boot, everyone in the cul-de-sac was awake. They watched in stunned silence as the man dragged the elderly Mr. Thornton out by the scruff of his neck, but did nothing to stop it. They could have called the police, but the urge to get them involved was quelled by the stranger's words.
"You took her, didn't you?"
He screamed at the old man, pushing him to the ground with enough force to knock the wind out of him.
"You took all of them."
A guilty feeling washed over the parents who watched the torment of Mr. Thornton. They'd simply assumed that they were lucky to be untouched by the wave of disappearances. Or believed in their arrogance that they were better parents than those of the children who went missing in the middle of the night. Maybe they should have kept a closer eye on their neighbors after all. Everyone must have noticed at some point or another that Mr. Thornton took quite a few nighttime drives.
"Where did you take them?"
The stranger asked, holding the tire iron up.
"I know you took them."
Slowly, pathetically, the old man tried to crawl away. He mumbled something that clearly didn't please the stranger, who brought the tire iron down on his knees. He howled in pain, pleading for his life.
"Did my little girl say the same thing?"
The stranger asked, wrapping a hand around Thornton's neck.
"Did she beg? Did she cry out for her mother? Tell me."
The stranger went back to the legs, crushing knees and ankles as Thornton screamed in agony. The neighbors watched, not moving a muscle, not daring to breathe, or even to blink. Thornton rolled onto his back, tears streaking down past his ears as he held his hands up. The stranger swung his tire iron at the extended hands, and an almighty crack echoed through the cul-de-sac as his brittle bones were shattered. The snapping of bones continued as the stranger beat the life out of the old man, and by the time he was finally done, what remained no longer looked human. When the police were finally called the next day, Mr. Thornton's remains resembled loosely fitted tubes of hamburger meat that had been left to spoil. They asked the neighbors for information, but none of them had anything to say. According to the reports, it must have been quiet, because everyone seemed to have slept right through it.